Plaintiff Donna Hall is suing her niece, who she claims she raised as her own daughter, for an unpaid loan and punitive damages. Defendant Natasha Foster says her aunt is controlling and she was paying on the loan until her aunt decided to sue.
All right, Donna Hall is suing Natasha Foster for an unpaid loan, punitive damages, and court costs. Donna, I understand that the defendant is your niece?
Correct.
All right, why are you suing her?
I raised Natasha, so I consider her more my daughter than my niece. She had some tough times growing up, and I mainly raised her.
How did you come into custody of her?
I was never in official custody of her.
Where's her mother?
There were some alcohol problems with her parents' marriage. So Tasha was with me most of the time.
From what age?
From about 4.
4 years old?
Mm-hmm.
And where are you living now, Natasha? On your own, or?
I own my own home.
Okay, good. All right, so why are we suing her?
We are suing her because she asked if I would help her reduce some interest on a loan by helping her get another loan, co-sign on it. Mm-hmm. And I agreed to do that. Mm-hmm. She was very responsible. She was doing quite well. And then...
What do you do, Natasha?
I'm a registered nurse.
You're an RN?
Correct.
Okay. And you were having some financial troubles?
Correct.
What happened?
I had gone through a prior relationship and I was trying to end it, and I had a couple credit cards out that were high interest because I had been behind. The payments were $300 to $400 a month that I was paying, so obviously I wasn't getting anywhere with them. Mm-hmm. So because, like my aunt said, I had grown up with her, I went to her to see what I could do.
Mm-hmm. And what was the agreement?
The agreement is that I would co-sign a loan for her. She would make the payments.
All right. And what was your relationship like with your aunt?
With my aunt?
Yeah, with the plaintiff.
It was good growing up. I mean, she let me stay with her through school. I stayed with her through school.
She was my baby.
She was your baby?
Mm-hmm. She still is.
Okay. Do you understand that there's a great deal of affection that I'm hearing right here?
I do, and I think that's where the control issues come
Affection is the same as control?
It's a long story. I think this all is stemming from I did not default on the loan. I have a statement that I was paying on the loan, and I did not default on the loan from the bank. Mm-hmm. I think this stems from my grandmother got sick, and we're all trying to help take care of her, enabled her to come home to her house. So we're all doing 24-hour care. We're each doing shifts.
But what's that got to do with your aunt being controlling?
Because she's the only one that would not help us, and we were all mad at her. We've said some things that weren't very nice because she's not helping us. We feel like she's not helping us. My uncle wrote her a letter, which I have here too.
Your uncle meaning your brother?
Right. And I think she got very upset at all of us. I think she's trying to, I think it's in spite of everyone.
So is there a loan or is there not a loan?
There is a loan, but it is not in the papers that she gave me.
I'll decide whether it's in default. Tell me the circumstances that you went to your aunt and asked for a loan.
Originally?
Or in the beginning or any time thereafter?
Originally, I went to her to see what I could do to reduce all the payments that I was making.
You were paying too much on credit, 29% on interest when you're late?
And there was multiple, right.
Okay.
Correct.
All right, so you're in trouble. Who do you go to?
I went to her to ask her what I could do. And at first she suggested that she would pay off the loan and then pay her back interest free. But then we didn't decide on that. We decided that I would need to get a loan and she would have to co-sign for me.
Right. And
because
is that
my
how it
credit
went
was
down?
already.
From the best of my recollection, it was a couple of years ago, so. All
right. Well, and your recollection is she comes to you, she says, I've got credit cards, the interest is to the hilt, I need your help, and you say, I'll co-sign a loan for you. Correct. You could pay it down with lesser interest.
Correct.
All right. Anything in writing?
I do have default notices from the bank. She was late.
What was the amount of money that you co-signed for her? How much?
I believe the original amount was $4,254.
$4,254?
Correct.
Okay, good. Is that your recollection of the amount,
that's
Natasha?
what it is.
All right. So you co-sign a loan. Do you have the papers?
No, I never got a copy of the papers.
Do you have a copy of the papers?
I do.
Oh, may I see them, please?
Sure.
Okay, $42.54, interest $11.99, the dollar amount $844. And is that a month?
A month is approximately $142 a month.
No, $141.35. The
Correct.
finance charge total is $844. Okay, and according to this paper, you were supposed to make 35 payments beginning on July 30th, 06 and ending on June 30th, 09 of $141.35. Donna is the co-signer. Okay, so what's the problem?
The problem is she kept making late payments. We had discussions about those late payments, and I told her that was negatively affecting my credit. She kept making late payments.
Okay.
Also in May of 08, they changed the way credit scores are kept, and it was more damaging if she was late after May of 08.
Do you have proof that she was late, Donna?
Yes, Your Honor,
May
I do.
I see it? Thank you. Were you late in making payments, Natasha?
I have 2 late payments that were reportable to a credit company over 30 days, just 2 on the 2 years that I was paying it, which I have a statement from the bank.
Okay, credit union, late fees, $70, and I'm reading the contract. If the payment is more than 15 days late, you're going to be charged 10% of the principal and interest. Late fees, $99. This is in April of 08. Let's see. Payment has not been received. That's July of 08. Late fees now $113.
Right,
I see more than twice, Natasha.
But they're only reportable to the credit company greater than 30 days. That's what they told me, what this paper has that they gave me, because I asked them what was reportable to the credit company.
Let me ask you a question. Who are you to say that it's only reportable after 30 days if her name is on the loan and
That's
she
just what they
agreed
told
to
me.
co-sign? What I'm saying to you is you have a contract that is signed by you that says if a payment is more than 15 days late, you're going to be charged 10% of the principal and interest. And from what I'm looking at in less than 30 seconds is the late fee went from 70 to 99 to $113. And I've got another $113.
Which I paid the late fees. I mean, she knew I was having trouble. And then halfway through, I actually switched
Do you
jobs.
feel that your aunt should not have brought this lawsuit?
I feel like she shouldn't have brought it the way she was because I was still paying on the loan. I was still paying every month on the loan.
Why did you bring the lawsuit?
Because it was negatively affecting my credit.
Do you understand that?
I understand that, but when I talked to the bank, they told me that there was, at the time this loan was closed, they told me it was in good standing.
But do you understand that a credit...
Which I
Excuse
understand that. I'm sorry.
That a credit status is something that is based not on a default, but how often and regularly you pay, whether you pay on time, if you're late, how late you are. It's not up to you to say, well, because I paid the late fee, everything should be okay. She extended her credit, her reputation, her money on your behalf, and you cannot be heard to stand there and say, well, it didn't negatively impact her credit. Of course it negatively impacted her credit. So what did you do?
I paid off the loan in full and demanded payment from Natasha. I demanded that she make payments to me monthly.
Okay,
She
and
ignored me.
how is she, in other words, you're not paying her?
I did not make any payments to her.
What makes you think that if she paid off your loan because you're late in making payments, because you've incurred late fees, because it's affecting her credit, that she should pay the whole thing off and you shouldn't have to pay her at all?
I didn't say that she should pay the whole thing off, and I was still making payments on the loan at the time that she closed the loan.
Your Honor, I do have 2 demand letters to Natasha.
Okay. Okay. Donna Hall, the EASNL loan has been paid in full. Balance of $1,200 has been put on one of my credit cards. I do not as yet know the interest rate. I will advise you, you must make payments in the amount of $150 each and every month until it's paid in full. It's due the 10th of the month. And then one August 29th. From July, August, have you paid her anything, even though she wrote you these letters?
I did not contact her. Like I said, I was in the process
Did you receive these letters?
I did.
So what does it mean that you're in the process?
I was consulting with another aunt and uncle. They were going to type something up for me to send to her and start payments to her. And then I got the other letter saying that she was suing me. So I have not contacted her.
Anything you want to say?
No, Your Honor.
Why is she so resistant to paying you?
She thinks she's right. I can't make her understand that even though she was making payments, they were late. It was a negative effect on my credit. It has nothing to do with my mother, my brother, or anything else on the planet except my credit.
Okay. Natasha, is there anything else you want to say?
Nope, that's it.
You're very flip about this, and you know what? You seem to be rather ungrateful to a woman who raised you when your own parents weren't there to take care of you. I don't like your attitude, I don't like the way you're approaching the court, and I don't like the way you're treating her. Here's the bottom line. You may not like her because of what she allegedly did to her mother, her brother, and everybody else, but at the end of the day, you went to her because you knew she was the one who was going to give you money. And you arrogantly stand in front of me as though she is out of her mind to demand money from you. She paid it off. You were late 4 times to the point where the interest went from $77 to $99 to $113. Okay? You owe her the money, period, end of the story. And don't tell me you were trying to work it out. The woman is sending you a letter saying, I had to pay it off. Let's see, can you pay me $150 interest? Instead, you choose to badmouth her. Here's the bottom line. The bottom line is you went to her for money. As far as this court is concerned, you owe her $1,250, $38 transaction fee, $17 in interest. That's $1,305. She wants punitive damages. I'm not going to give her punitive damages. And as far as this court is concerned, you ought to be thanking the woman for helping you out when you were in trouble, when no one else in your family helped you out. Verdict for the plaintiff.